I should really check if I even have the hard drive space for this, and I just black screened Arma like an idiot. Oh well. Theoretically, I should, but... Come on, Arma. My frickin' open menu isn't that freaking thick. Okay, it kind of is, but you get my point. What's tomorrow? Monday. Yeah, so Tuesday we should run frickin' whatchamacallit. And then Wednesday, what should I even do? A mop of some sort. Something fun. Maybe something with naval assets on 40k. I don't know. No, that would actually be a good test run. Yeah. I'd have to probably remake them, but that's fine. So what am I thinking? I want to build something like a simple little naval trolley. So what we need, I mean, yeah. How much design do I want to put into it? Yeah, I guess. On like a top piece of some sort. And then what, maybe some Promethium for engine? I don't know. We already have that little super carrier bullshit over there. If we patchwork this enough, it should be fine, theoretically. Yeah. And then we can have... Yeah. Yeah. I could also make a super detailed version, but I'm trying to make something that would be practical instead. Thinking 2 pieces for aesthetic's sake. No. You know, that's actually definitely the most ship-resembling thing I've made so far. Let's lower her slightly. Align her with the bottom piece. What I'm thinking, though, is I have another subsection of this put up just so I can simply have another 4 turrets, and then that means the ship itself is those 4 turrets. How many pieces is that? 1... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, 7 pieces? That's perfectly fine. Why am I not sleeping? Because why would I be sleeping? Sleep is... Who needs sleep? Now, the real question becomes, where do I put the rotary asset? Probably below the turrets here. We're going to do a Falcon drone. So it's going to snow tomorrow, and it's really exciting for me to know that because it's going to indicate that... No, this is the tough thing with it. I guess we're going to have to orient it to the front here. Because I want the camera to be useful. Yeah. It's a little jank, but in terms of everything that can be done, that's the best I'm going to get out of it. Also, I just realized that these are completely misaligned. But yeah, it's going to snow tomorrow. So it's going to be the first time I have snow at my house, and, you know, it means a lot to me. So I can't even sleep, you know? Okay. So with that, there's going to be 4 turrets. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of... we have an Annihilator turret, a Battle Cannon, an Executioner. I would think 2 Executioners and 2 Punishers would be the best way to go. Some pretty light armament when you think about it, but just the Executioners would have... because it's meant to be like a light fighter. What's the size of one of these on one of these sections? I mean, yeah, no, that's good. I mean... theoretically... why couldn't I just give it like a proper full 360 coverage, you know? So what would that be? Where would I want to put the Executioners? Where would I want the Punishers? Punishers I'd want on the rear. We definitely want those internally on the rear. Probably center them. And then 2 Executioners. Because I feel like the bolter... is that a quad bolter? No, it's a twin bolter. It's like, do we really need bolters if we have Punishers? Not really. And then do I want something different on the front, or do I want... if that's the case, actually, I think we're going to do... I'd rather have those up here than the Executioner... excuse me, some battle cannons on the rear. And then if anything, actually... I'd want these down. And then these to be more inward in the center like that. It gives you air cover with the Punishers. That gives you... No, let's do it that way. That way those can be more centralized, and this puts them at a slightly different angle, so there's less likely to be any friendly fire, which I'm all for. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Tributes, multiplayer, what would this be? What am I doing? Disabling simulation. And then saving this as a custom comp. Now, what Imperium thingamajig test? I need some Imperium BS to save this in. Save it under Tau. Tanks. Naval assets. I just need something good. Because I know we're saving all the other orc stuff under orc decor. Which is pretty funny. You just save it under IG ship parts. Is there anything else? Because ship parts, I mean, this is a ship. I'm going to save this as a frigate. Just in the consideration that this is a carrier. Like, that's a frigate. Gonna be real with you. That's a frigate. Alright, let me test this out. I'm worried it's gonna have the infinite flying upward glitch. Which... you know, like... I'm not sure what I'll be able to do about that, but I wanna see what I can do about that. I need to immediately delete those. I think their sim was disabled, though, so it's... Well, we're about to find out if I did it right. Let's see. IG ship parts, frigate. Yeah, alright. Here's what I'm worried about with the attach commands. Like, how jank is it gonna be when I attach? Because some stuff doesn't like going at certain angles, and that might be my downfall here. For this asset. It's 7 plus 8, so it's 15 different attach commands here. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with, but... So it didn't like the rotation of that one piece, which is a little annoying. What I could do to compensate is flip it over. But see how it's doing the infinite upward glitch? Which means I need to put it in a different spot. Which is a little annoying. Worst comes to worst, instead of that one piece, I could just do 2 more buildings like that. But that only solves one of those issues. It doesn't solve the second issue. What I could do... I don't want to put it under. Where have the DayZ VODs been? I just haven't published them, in all honesty. So we can do this instead. Stack it up accordingly. Centralize this piece. I think I could even delete this instead. Sync that together. It's literally just a floating church. I mean, you can't really get more Imperium than that, though, can you? Like, good God. I'm gonna make Borg shit out of this, I swear to God. So with that, though, where do I move the Raven? I could try putting her underneath, but... I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to. Something like that. Because I think it's just going to have the infinite upward glitch. Alright, let me check her for breaches here. I think that's the only one I really have to worry about, mind you. Yeah, and if I centralize her, she'll land properly, but she's not gonna fly properly, unfortunately. Realistically, I could also put, like, a Taru pod back here and just, like, sink it so if that lands, like, you can get out and actually get out of the damn thing. Which would be another interesting op concept, but the trick is going to be that freaking... Why'd I hit play? I didn't even save it. Is getting the sync to work right on this. Like a heli or a jet, because then you have to have a player actually physically get into it, and that is... you can't really do that. It has to be a drone. And therein lies quite a few issues with limitations on craft. So let's try this. That'll at least fix the shifting of that one object. And these are meant to be, like, spawned in as custom compositions, which either means, A, I'm meaning for it to be something for pain, or B, I mean for it to be a player asset. There's some assets which I can just build in the map, which, you know, I can just build in whenever I want, you know? So, let's try that. But again, I think it's going to go infinitely upward. The reason for that is because the AI of the drone is trying to fly above an obstacle, which it detects, which is the stuff it's attached to, which is pretty ironic. But it would be cool if it worked. It's not gonna work, but it would be cool if it did. Then again, I said that about the frickin' the mech on the damn Baneblade, so maybe Lady Luck will give me this one. You never know until you actually physically try it. I did also talk to the guy that made refortification, asking him if he could make some inverted turrets or some sideways turrets. Because if we were to have that stuff, that would be pretty nice. So yeah, that's her landed. As you can see, she's a little back heavy. But now if I have her take off, will she just infinitely fly upward? I think that's going to be the case. Stabilize, you little bitch. Nope. Now, theoretically... Pardon the fact I'm a greenskin. If I were to take her off of automation... Wait. No, she's still going up. Okay, it looked like in the terminal that, no, she'll infinitely fly upwards, so she'd have to have, like, a permanent driver or have her engine off. Which I guess is something we could theoretically work around, but at the same time, that would really make things difficult. Oh, I'm on the wrong one, and I might have just screwed myself here. Okay, hold up, hold up. Let me go delete the other ones real quick. Now, if I turn off your autonomous ability, do you stop flying? That could work, because this is meant to be a player asset. So if I turn off her autonomous ability, and if I put it back on, then she goes infinitely upward. Okay. So that's the trick. So yeah, there's nothing around putting a helicopter underneath it because you have to for something like this. Makes flying it in third person a little difficult, but there's auto hover. And it's viable. And then what? You have other people open the UAV terminals, and you can just. Oh, interesting. So you don't actually have autonomous control of those guns. Huh. Now, is that because the 700th mod is being weird, or because it actually doesn't do anything? Interesting. Is that all of them? Yep. Well, that's awkward. That's really awkward. Because the whole point of that was to just use drone control to pretty much have it commit the shooty shoot on its own. Now I gotta wonder, is that because sim's off, damage is off? What gives? Are they just miscoded? Yeah, weird. I can't even... Oh. Huh. They're bugged. That's why. Interesting. So they're not properly coded for unit AI yet, which is why they don't have that capability, which is a little annoying. But can I connect to the tarantula? Yes, I can. So not impossible, because I can just rescript the weaponry on the tarantulas and put 8 tarantulas on these things and they'll be fine. So... No, because these don't have AI, and they're not... I mean, we can try it, but it's not going to work. I mean, yeah, she's set to invincible, so... Fall to the ground. Now, this is going to be interesting, because I'm pretty sure there's no physics. Oh, ah! Yeah, connect to UAV terminal, open UAV. Yeah, it's because they're just not coded properly, which is why I also can't spawn them from the Zeus interface. So... See, placing objects not available. So they're just not coded. They're not finished yet. So that's funny. That's actually really funny, but that also explains why I can't, you know... Oh, no, I can't RC them. That's weird. I mean, either way, they just act as turrets, which is fine. I mean, that means I can still use them for enemy stuff at the same time. These are all blue 4 assets only. Yeah, I don't have any chaos versions yet, which... it's a good peek into what's coming, but at the same time... you know. Which means I can't play with the toys yet. Either way, if I want to make it an actual, like, playable thingy, then I can adjust things accordingly, yada-da. But how the hell am I going to make an orc version of that? Because I actually have no idea. If I can't... because of sideways limitations with angles, there's no way for me to properly set up an angled building. It has to be placed straight like that. I can't flip it on its side, which kind of screws the point of things. So I'd have to use, like, mini things like these. Or these, which could still be doable, mind you. And then we can have, like, you know, sideways little cannon systems here and here, which I guess would be doable as well for orc stuff. It's just going to be really funny to see that work. But it means they're going to be smaller ships, which, again, I guess all works out. But I will have to change out the bolters. So, let's see. How am I going to do that? 1 second. Where is my fast link to the weaponry scripting? All right, cool. Jesus, everything else I've added for vehicles has actually been fine. All right, that's cool. Let's see. So what did I want these things to be? Bolt? No. It was Punisher turret, battle cannon turret, and a executioner turret. Okay. Okay. Now to do some scripting. So, what am I going to need here? I'm going to need a Russ. I'm going to need a few different Russes here. I'm going to need the... I'm going to do a Vanquisher, because fuck that. Like, hell yeah, OP shit. We're going to need an Executioner. And... yeah, alright. So we're going to need those 3 pieces, and I'm going to need this. Alright, so let's start with the removal command on... these. So we're gonna need this remove weapon, which just means this ship's gonna be even more freaking complicated. Oh, that's fine. I can make it work. Wouldn't it be Liru the freaking Lance Corporal if I couldn't make this damn thing work? So first we gotta remove the weapon turret, which is that heavy bolter, and apply it to the 3 scripts here. Perfectly viable. Then we're going to do weapon turrets. And this is the Vanquisher cannon, 120 millimeter. All right, then we're going to do the magazines. There's a plasma cannon mag? That's actually pretty freaking dope. That's disgusting, but it's pretty freaking dope. So it has HE and AT capability, so I'm actually going to have 2 lines of code here. And I'm actually really curious about that plasma mag, so we're also gonna... we're gonna do 3 different types of magazines here. Oh, and I also have add event handlers here. That's cute. Get rid of those. Though it would be nice to have them, but at the same time, I'll experiment with that later. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get away with that. All right, next we're going to need the HE magazine, which will be that. And then I really just want to see what the heck that plasma mag is all about. Stubber mag, stubber mag. Oh no, the plasma mags are for the sponson turrets. That's why. All right, let me get rid of that line of code. Yeah, sponsons are deadly. All right, let me. What would be the next step? It's grabbing the next weapon types. Let's go ahead and look at the Punisher. Okay, no, we went to the Executioner. That's fine. Coding for this game is so funny. Certainly is funny. Now I need to tab out, grab the magazine turret script. Basically what these two scripts are doing is they're making the vehicle send back a line of code that contains everything that I'm asking for it to reference within the code I'm giving it. And then it puts it in my paste bin. Or my clipboard. That's the proper technical term for it. So then when I paste it again, it gives me the information I need. Really, really handy. Okay, and then we need the Punisher, which is the last thing on the list there. There we go. So, Gatling Cannon. We can also test these to make sure they work, because I do want to experiment. Gatling Cannon, and then the magazine script. So yeah, help me is just a reference command, so it gives you all the information for these, and then you also say copy to clipboard the string that you're making out of this information. So then when you paste again, it goes right there. Alrighty. And it's really easy to test if these work, because I have them all under global variables, because when you do global variables, it does, gotta copy that with that.
Awaiting orders.
Really, really easy to check. You just then RC the AI, and it gives you the exact magazine you're looking for. Let's go ahead, check the next, the other two. Vanquisher Cannon, high explosive. Ooh, she's got some recoil to her. I like it. Yeah. And then let's get the last one here, the Executioner. Recoil. Now, real quick, I want to grab another command real quick. Can these be applied? Because I don't, oh wow, the Executioner had the most recoil. Good God. Okay, so you can apply that. Jesus. All right, because I'm thinking for the ship cannons. Yeah, we're gonna apply that script to all of them as well, for infinite ammo's sake. All right, so we have everything we need there. Now we have to fix the ship with working turrets. So we're gonna use the spider bolter thingamajiggy, tiggy wiggy. And that's really simple. We just gotta delete all these. And then we're just gonna replace them with that puppy. So tarantula, tarantulas, tarantulas. Everyone loves tarantulas. If there's just fuzz where your hamster was, it's probably because of tarantulas. That was an old song we'd sing back in the day. Don't worry about it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. These are all going the wrong way. Oh, frickety, frackety, jackety, wackety. Realize I think these are inverted. That's fine. Just flip and flip. Put that one there, that one there. All right. And there you go. Slightly better aesthetic here. We can line them up with that central piece right there. Yeah. Here, actually, I did want these to be forward-facing. Actually, better yet, if we really want these to be even, what you do is you take a copy, you then flip it the same way across 2 sections, and then you drag them up to where you want them, and then boom. So when the actual turrets are workable, I'll make a new version of this with those updated versions, but, you know, this is just kind of a placement dud until the next update comes out. I think they'd be small enough for me to actually, like, I could totally, like, deck this freaking ship out, in all honesty, because these, I just realized, these sections down here would be perfect. Perfect for a freaking gunboat, which I could just stack 2 of those together and then put an end piece here like that. Like, let's be honest. Something like this, and then if he also does the inverted ones, you could literally have, like, a double stack like this, and it could be, like, the dumbest little mini ship ever of murder, but... Oh, that's good enough for me. And then you got that underpiece right there. Disable the simulation. Link all of this up. Save as custom composition. Frigate. Okay. Override. Play. Multiplayer. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? I'm gonna need to switch my damn side here, because if I enable this thing, it's gonna just start murdering everything. Which will be pretty damn funny, to be perfectly honest, but... Here, now I'm gonna hide under that. Perfect, alright. Alright, step 1. Does it spawn? Does it explode when I spawn it? No. Excellent. Step 2. Can I attach everything properly without anything breaking? It's always the most difficult part. Please don't break anything. See, I could shorten it by 1 piece on the front side, and I might actually do that just as a small little thingamajig. I might also rotate it, because it seems to want to put all those pieces rotated like that, and it's like, alright, whatever. Alright. Awesome, I think that's everything there. And now we just have to put the proper things on it. So this is meant to be a Punisher. This is meant to be a Punisher. These are meant to be the battle cannons. I'm pretty sure you can't just select them all and do that. Wait, can you? No, okay, it only did to the I was about to say, like, oh my gosh, that'll save me so much time. No. No. Liru being depressy spaghetti as usual. I was about to be so excited. It's like, wow, I learned something new, and that's actually going to save me a lot of time for XYZ. No. It's all a bunch of lies. So these actually have some pretty decent, like, gun depression on them. I might flip them 45 degrees on the corners instead. Those are fine where they are, but yeah, no, I might shift these. Oh god, they follow the twin. Which is pretty nice, but I might actually switch them to a bolter, a dual bolter variant instead. Simply because of all that. So let's make those changes now that we know that all the scripts work for it. But yeah, welcome to the building a giant freaking ship bullshit. Oh my god. I wasn't even paying attention to chat. Zemio, how you doing, my friend? I'm just playing around with your stuff, man. I love it. Can't get enough of it. Okay, so what were we on? Something's wrong with the sentries. Okay, these are fine. It's these other ones, for whatever reason, when you interface with them with a UAV terminal, they don't come up with a driver or a gunner, and Zeus's can't spawn them, so I think there's just something weird with them. But, I mean, they still work as AI units themselves, it's just they can't be controlled. So there's that. And then I already asked you if you could, you know, make versions of them that were flipped upside down. You said you'd think about it, which is enough for me. But that was the only issue I've noticed. The issue is they also have the function to get in as a player. Okay. So it breaks the function of UAV control. So they're meant to be... Here, I'm just going to experiment real quick. I'll go back to that, I swear. That would be, since I'm right here. That just makes me wonder, they're AI and player, huh? I getcha. That makes sense. Yeah, and then however you have that coded. So I can control Shift V them. And then put them in that way. Okay. And it makes sense because you got the little thing down here with the opening. Yeah, that's fair. Gotcha. I'm back to one of my age-old questions that I've had for years of how would you take a unit like this, like a static turret, and then convert it so that there's a controllable AI that you can use like a drone interface on. That's something I've always meant to look into, but never been able to find answers. I know for a fact, like, it's one of those things that has some weird scripting behind it that makes it a little weird to put in. Yeah, it has the code tied into it exactly, so... Even still, I guess for making ships then, that would make it a little difficult. I can just use the tarantula bolters, though. No problem. Check something right out. Either way, let me finish getting these in. I think I'm going to replace the 2 rear Punishers with... Actually, hell, I might just keep the OG dual bolter turret on them. Just because I forgot the 700th have Punisher ammo nerfed. So it doesn't have that explosive effect. So I'm just going to run the other code on it, which is going to be... Where is it? Where did I put that little thing? There she is. All right. So let's try this. Let me... oh, yeah, and then I was going to shrink down... Oh, Did I already shrink down one? Oh, I'm an idiot. Let me try rotating her 90 degrees. See if that fixes the orientation issues. Did it screw anything up with the alignment of the drone? Nope. All right, cool. Cool, 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 cool. But this just goes to show you, when you build assets, you have to always think about how you're going to, who they're being built for. Is it for the player base? Okay, it means you have this level of criteria you have to do. If it's for just AI, like, for example, that means, like, all of these would be perfectly fine if it was just purely AI, but I'm meaning for these to be actually controlled by the player base. So that's why I'm resorting to using the tarantulas, because these are nice. Don't get me wrong, I love these. But I'm going to be honest, most players don't like to sit in the turret all day doing, you know, a little bit of, like, a 2-hour op. I'd rather have them, like the logistics group that also does artillery. You know, they can open up the interface and do that while they're, you know, doing their other tasks. It gives them more things to do while the infantry go out and do stuff, while armor goes out and does stuff. All that crazy stuff, you know? Just a warning, those turrets have shorter shooting ranges. So again, another benefit here is these are going to be controlled by players controlling their AI with terminals. So ranges don't really matter in that case. Like I said, though, if this was going to be like a pure AI ship and they were like, the players were like chaos dudes fighting this, then I'd use these in a heartbeat with the AI in. Because, you know, again, they'd also have that longer range, too. Also, if I wanted to defeat that, I could just put 2 darter drones down and data link all these puppies. And I'm not sure if some of you in chat have ever seen what data linking does to stuff, but holy crap, it becomes... They basically all share targeting data. So if you put, like, a radar installation, like, just in the ship itself, like, not even on the outside, all of the turrets get that radar data, and it just... it hurts. Right, Ozemi, let me just spawn a few down as well and check. Maybe it's because I was the way I'm spawning them in breaks them or something. Or maybe it's the 700's weird config mod that's also causing some weird issues with it, in which case my apologies for making you worry. But let me get this saved in. Alright. But it could just be because they have a weird frickin' config thing. Just checking it's all okay, righto. Look, let's just say I've data linked drones and tigresses, for example, or drones and cheetahs are just absolutely abominations. Yeah, so you got that. But now if I... And this might just be... No, it wouldn't, because I was able to do the other one just fine. But yeah, no, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'll go to NATO terminal, and then I can get into the Falcon just fine. It gives me control of the driver and the gunner. Tarantula is just fine. It gives me the gunner, but we go down to the Guardian Sentry. It doesn't give me control of either. You know what I mean? But it's listed as a UAV. So that's one of the issues I was bringing up. Come out of this and scroll. Do I have to click them? Or what? Oh. Did I just break myself? I think I just broke myself. I see what you're getting at, though. I see what you're getting at. See, in Arma 3, there's always a way to do something. It is janky as hell, but you can find a way to do something. Okay. Let me try that again. I think it's because I went to a disabled sim item, and it just threw me out of whack. So let's try that. Changing 1s to 2s and 2s to 3s, and that's the wrong button. Grab a UAV terminal. Open UAV terminal, Guardian Sentry, back out, take. Okay. 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 Gotcha. I'm definitely going to have to do a training with this, though, in order to get through everything, but all right. All right. Let's have a little bit less depression from the looks of it, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so just don't go in there because it gets janky with this. This is doable. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, Zemio. I appreciate it. Oh, shut up, Yasuhiro. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you know, but you can perfectly put a mech on this thing, and this is. I'm gonna show you what we were experimenting with earlier because, good God, I'm going to hell for this. Yeah. So we were trying to build a few things. Actually, no, this is perfect because there's something else I have to quickly check. From a buddy of mine. I just have to go get the file. But theoretically, because I was experimenting because if you put it in the specific turrets, if you grab this, get everything out, and then what was the command I was using? I'm going to have to remember it real quick. Object texture global. There it is. And I believe it was number 1. And I couldn't get the physics right because the turret, it was just hiding the thing. It wasn't actually getting rid of it. But it was really, really funny because theoretically, you could do this. It was the first one, and then you just get rid of that. And the way you built it would get rid of all the turret textures. So theoretically, even though this is a limitation with an Arma because it's just hiding the turrets, it's not actually getting rid of them, it would be cool if you could then put a bunch of orc stuff on it, which I was trying to do, but it wasn't really working. So, it's supposed to look like this. That was the wrong thing to do because I didn't save the command after I did it, but it was, I was trying to put some Lehman Russ turret textures on top to kind of soothe everything in, but it still would have physics issues. But a bone blade, essentially. And the only reason we thought of this was someone, I think, was trying to make a reference to an actual bone blade saying the asset existed, but I thought you had built one. And it was in the mod set, and then it got me thinking, I'm like, we can just build one. Like, screw that. But yeah, no. These two are attached in a way, by the way, where they both shoot. If you were to put this fully on top of that, it wouldn't fire the Baneblade guns, but if you actually back it up at this much, both of them shoot, and it's the most terrifying thing in the freaking world. I know, you could make one. For now, we'll just stick with some janky-ass orc stuff. But yeah, no, I've been working on some silly little custom compositions. I can't wait till this comes out, though, the video that involved making this, because for those of you that were watching that stream live, this thing started flying on its own without a driver. It was adorable. It's honestly freaking adorable. Janky is just how orc fixes work. Exactly. That's why it's so fun to work on. Let me see. Let me go get that file. Oh, you even messaged me on Discord. All good, all good. Yeah, where is Forge? Where do you put that file? Because I just want to see what the heck he did. And then I got to go into compositions here. Let's see. Missions, composition. There we go. All right, so that would mean this goes in here. 7-zip extract here. Okay. Hold up. Let me rename this real quick. All right, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. 1 second. I gotta rename the one I made so I can then unpack this one so it doesn't freak out and delete the one I've already made. Alright, so that would be this. We go into here. Bone Blade 2. Okay, yep. Now I go into here. Extract this. Yes to all. And... okay, now that's what I made. So I gotta refresh my interface. So let me just hit play. And hopefully that did it right. And if it didn't, well, oh well. You could have a looted Lehman. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been taking some of the destroyed Lehman textures. I'm still debating how I'm going to make it move physically, but I'll figure something out. We can just attach it to an Eddy drone and say it's the slowest little thing ever. There's so many stupid things we can do with it. No, that's mine. Gosh darn it. Why is mine not working? I still love this one. The frickin'... I hate that we made it so freaking much. Why? Let me just try outright deleting that, because I can always resave it. And then let me try, because I think it's having a corruption issue.
Team 6 now.
Whoever just subbed, thank you. Give me 1 second. What was that noise? Okay, my computer just decided to have a mini heart attack. There we go. All right. Composition, header, perfect. Tootie, thanks for the 26-month resub. I know you've been here a lot longer, my man. Hope you keep enjoying everything. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm going to save this real quick and then reopen the mission file so it reloads everything, because I think it's just having a local reference error. So, we'll see how things go. Oh, of course. Yeah, no, Tootie, I'm not surprised you know him. Tootie, being the resident lore expert for anything and everything, mainly World War II stuff. Whatever happened to Moneybags? He operates a warehouse now, and he is super duper busy to the point he's not even on Steam that much anymore. Last I heard from him was a year ago. We played some Angels Fall First, and we just talked about how things were going between our personal lives. And then I never saw him again. Funny enough, I was actually cleaning up my... Are you kidding me, game? Come on. I was cleaning through some of my Steam lists for friends. And he is... Yeah, no, he's not around anymore. I might have to completely leave and come back into Eden because it just doesn't want to re-reference these damn files. Don't get me wrong, like, if he ever comes back, awesome. I mean, Stone and I had a massive falling out, and then he came back for a little bit. And now I'm happy I repaired that relationship because Stone is such a cool guy. All right, this is what... No, so this is what he made off of that. He just moved the turrets slightly. Okay, you know what? Let's see. Let's see. If it works, it works. And again, the only reason I'm using these types of wrecks is because of if we put them on the chassis itself, they tend to explode. Which also makes me want to do a version with the Baneblade actually invincible just to see what happens. But, don't explode? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. No. Oh, God, it even drives proper. Yeah, I think Forge fixed it. Oh, that crazy, crazy man. Well, I mean, theoretically, it would be possible to make a Bane Blade, a Bone Blade, excuse me, just utilizing the right Rex. Utterly terrifying. Shut up. No. It copies local attachments now? No. When did it do that? Oh. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, Zemi, you should go before you start seeing real horrors beyond your comprehension. Thank you for dropping by so much. Love the refortification mod. Love your team's work. Hope you keep working on everything, man. Seriously. I'm gonna dive down my insanity. Heavily. Heavily. Oh my god. It copies attach commands now? When did it start doing that? Okay, so no matter what I do, it's gonna shift the orientation a certain level of degrees, which is just funny. I gotta redesign this ship again, but at this point there's something I just wanna. Alright, well, it doesn't get the reference points properly, but I see where it's going. That's funny. So for smaller compositions, with not a large height differential, as long as they're attached. That's funny. Oh my god. Oh. I got raided by a VTuber. Hi. How are you doing? I hope you like man-made horrors beyond your comprehension, because that's exactly what we're doing today, because... why not? Okay. Let's make another version of this, because now we know how to actually use those turrets, and they're going to have to be tested player-base side. I might actually keep these two bolters, simply because I like the orientation of them. And let me get the remaining sentries here. I will rescript the sentries, though. Just because I want to use TIOW munitions. Oh, man. This is why you always want to build and test, build and test, build and test, so you can slowly learn and adapt to everything. Yeah, I'm going to want these forward as much as I can like that. Here, we're just making sure they're even, because I'm a little bit of a sucker for Specifics. Only Afro. I recognize your name, but I don't know from where. How are you doing? I'm up at an ungodly hour. Look, it's gonna snow like in 4 hours, all right? I just want to be up so I can watch the snowfall, because you're all gonna think this is stupid, but it's my Bloodway and I got this new house 6 months ago. It's our first house together. It's been the dream that we've been, you know, wanting for 8 years of our lives that we've been together since, you know, high school. At least it's been one of my dreams, but I just want to go experience the snowfall on my balcony and have a nice hot cup of cocoa and then make her a nice breakfast tomorrow, all right? That's all I want. That's all I want in life, all right? It's just, make fun of me if you want, but that is just all I want. So I'm going to be up for it. Probably from TMTM, you're one of the founders? Right, that's it. And you once in a while come back, and everyone always goes nuts when you come back. Yeah, I know you from that. How are you doing, broski? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Check that off. All right. Hopefully we'll have a working version of this thing by now. And why did I just go in that menu? Save. Yes, there we go. There we go. Frick it. Override the composition. And then we'll rescript the weaponry again. And then we'll test it. And then hopefully things will be okay and we can move on to something else. But you can't see snow in the dark, but I have balcony lighting. Just, Yasuhiro, please. Please, just... Come on. Liru's from the depths of his own mind. Yeah. No, literally, this is all just part of my freaking insanity that I slowly become better and better at as I learn more and more about Arma 3 scripting. And then we just go deeper and deeper into just the pure limitations of what we can do with this 20-year-old engine. Oh, frickety frack. I'm trying to cuss less, so now I just sound weird. All right. All right, I got this. We're going to start from the bottom. And then work our way to the top. I still want to do the Vanquisher cannons on the Punisher turret, excuse me, the battle cannon turrets, just because that just feels more like a ship cannon, you know? I haven't been to TMTM in a few weeks either. No, that's a lie. I went, I think, 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's always fun for a little bit of memery and whatnot. Okay. Voila. Okay, so I want to keep these rear ones, but I do want to... Yeah, so what I want to do with that is... we just add these lines of code to them. That way they have infinite ammo, because ship rearming is going to be difficult. You know what I mean? Last stop in TMTM was one of yours. It would have been one I co-Zeused with Operator Chan then. Was it in, it wasn't Valentine's Y7, it was the other frickin' map. Viralati. The Finnish map.
A warm welcome, shall we?
With the frickin' abomination at the airfield, and I was just so annoyed with Operator Chen and how he was literally just abusing you guys. And I'm like, dude, this is not how you're supposed to Zeus. Like, he's like, hey, you want to come to co-Zeus this? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll see what your Zeusing style is. I'll give you some pointers, yada-da. And he just started abusing the player base. And I'm like, no! What are you doing? Like, he was doing things that was making me go, all right, dude, like, I have pay for pains. I sadistically, like, murder my player base for money. You know, and I've got the consent for them to do that because they, like, come to the op in the first place, but you're just outright abusing these poor bastards. What are you doing? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? Oh my god. So they, no, so okay, hold up. I'm rescripting. They're using TIOW weapon models outright. So these are actually using TIOW battle cannons. So there's nothing to rescript on these two. And then these ones I'm rescripting to the Vanquisher cannon, so I have to take out the battle cannon. But then again, I think it's the same thing anyway, because they're both 120 millimeter. So I think I'm just actually making extra work for myself at that point. Yep, sounds about right. Can't be any worse than Somalia Zeus. Old Somalia Zeus, yeah, I heard rumors about that. I'm going to be honest, I never had, and I still never will, Zeus and Op for TMTM. I'll co-Zeus, I don't mind that, but just full-on Zeusing, I wouldn't do, simply because I don't like using other people's mission files and passing off as my own, because I mean, 3 or 4 years ago when I was starting all this shit off, yeah, I wouldn't have minded that little handout because I was still learning. But now it's all too personal to me at this point. I'd rather Zeus a mission file that I made, but to get something made and then submitted through TMTM's framework, it passes through so many hands, and there would be so many little things I make that would not get approved in a different community. And I've already gone through so many of those processes where I don't feel like dealing with it anymore. In all honesty. Yeah, and then you got these on the rear. Yeah, no, so 4 battle cannons, 2 executioners, and 2 of those little spider turrets on the rear. I think that's a pretty good player ship for what it is. But no, I do TMTM because it's a fun atmosphere. It's a really great break from both Milsim and even other semi-serious groups like TSB. And it's just nice to do that late night level of stuff. That's just my opinion, though. To each their own, you know? But all right, so we have a frigate. This is what I'm gonna. I still can't believe how good it kind of looks. Like from what I've seen from actual Imperium ships, like this actually looks pretty damn Imperium, if you ask me. So I am happy about that. Looks good. We know how to utilize all the turrets' abilities. I mean, that's great. Awesome. Cool. Now I have something that I can go in and give to the players there. Can't load textures, users. Thingy, desktop mod stuff, refort, at walls, add-on. That's funny. Because that's part of how they named their thing, too. That's that's adorable. All right, now we're going to build some orc ships. And orc ships are going to fly completely differently because they have to be flown by AI with no player base. So that's where things are going to get really, really interesting. So I'm thinking we'll take some of the smaller Imperium structures here, like these 3 types. And then we'll build some stuff off of them. And then we're going to basically utilize these cannons here as ships. And then from there, I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea. I'm thinking we'll use like this as a bridge component, or like the face, because I would say out of everything that exists in 40K for Arma 3 right now, Orcs, like in terms of detail, is the one that you are not going to find anything for, which is a little annoying. But yeah, we work with what we got. I mean, Orcs, it's just, they believe something exists, therefore it does. So it does help kind of narrow it down. And then we got these nice openings here. I could make, like, broadside stuff if I wanted to. Which, again, part of the fun. And I can decide what I want to do with some of these models here. But, again, the really difficult thing is going to be how am I going to make it fly? And what I'm thinking is we have a hidden Tyran. It's just the real trick is going to be, can I make this work? So let me go ahead, save this as a comp, put this in orc decor, and just put this as a ship test. And we'll go from there. Well, I mean, the Tau, I would also argue, didn't have much, but one of the mods they just added to this mod set actually adds a few things for Tau. But again, there's absolutely no orc stuff. So we just gotta basically make our ships, give them a lot of DACA, and we'll go from there. And I already screwed that up. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna spawn in. I need to disable its sim. Doi, Liru. But it also means the ship has a critical weakness of if you hit it in the right spot, then it's gonna go down. Which just means I might set it to invincible until I feel like it's taken enough punishment, and then just manually knock it out of the sky, which I kind of like doing it that way. Because it means you're in direct control of the entire thing, which, yeah, you know. Why wouldn't you be? We'll make it work. But then what I'd like to do is basically have these two ships fly into each other and blow them all up. Yeah, exactly. Orc ships will never go down until they believe it's destroyed. So it's really fitting for Zeus to then decide, okay, it's destroyed. You know what I mean? It works out. Now, we're going to do the flight test here. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't believe that it thinks it's shot down. Okay, that was a show model. Yeah, you're a goober. All right, there we go. There we go. Right. I forgot about that. And she's doing the infinite upward glitch anyway. That is unfortunate. Because I'm pretty sure all of those textures have that, right? Yeah, so that means I can't use those as blocks. It sucks. What else could I use here, then? Theoretically. I mean, I could do this, like a blown-out church. It's, is it... I think it's still a cereal box, though. Cereal box is slain for you can just walk right through the damn thing. Yeah, it's still a cereal box, which doesn't actually matter if we're going to make it a giant floating ship. And it offers all of these positions for platforms for gun pods. So, realistically, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. It just means I don't have any room to make any additional ships except, like, just add a second layer, which I guess is what we'd have to do. I could also do a sky shield. But again, you can't do any 3D rotation with only 2D rotations. Otherwise, you can't spawn them in with custom comp. So that might be our best bet. But admittedly, that's going to be our only bet. And it's going to be funny because I'll actually have a use for this damn thing. Because, again, it is a broken texture. So That is funny. And I will have to adjust its positioning. Yeah, she doesn't have an underside. And it has that wrecked feel to it, so that's perfect. So where's the drone? I'm going to place the drone below it. If not, I'm going to slightly float it. And hopefully it won't feel like it has that issue regarding it. Does that really need physics? I mean, yeah, but just be better safe than sorry. Attributes, custom composition. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could actually just... We don't need this at all, because it's now kind of irrelevant. So I could literally just have it stacked. Let me see if it detects it as a texture and still tries to fly above it, because again, it doesn't have physics. So I'm actually wondering if it'll even detect it at all, to be perfectly honest. So I'm not even going to save it as a comp yet. I just want to... We're just going to do some simple flight tests here. When you run an op for this, can you make the player... get the players to vote on a belief for the orcs? What I was going to do is pay for paint it, to be perfectly honest. Like, just put some prices down and say, hey, like, how screwed do you want them to be as my little welcome back present, you know? I don't think it's going to work, but it would be pretty cool if it did. What we're looking for is it to then turn sideways to indicate that it's ceasing its upward function. And I'm not seeing that, so it's still having the physics issue. Now, the second test I'm going to want to do is actually, like, put it in the center of the room and then see where it goes from there. I'm also looking on the bottom. You do have some invisible texture issues, but it's not the entire bottom of the structure, which is the most important part. So, that's good. That's good. This is for the 700, not TSB, so there's not any of Web Knight's new knights, unfortunately. Sorry to say. Let me try putting it in the center right there. We're trying to find a sweet spot right now where the drone doesn't think it needs to go infinitely upward. But I don't want to put it too high, because then it sinks the entire ship into the ground, which can be annoying. Okay. Disable damage because the drone's going to fall upon attachment. Let's see what it does. Nope. All right, next logical place to put it. It might just be considering the entire interior of the texture is too great. So, will there be smaller orc fighters? Yes. Oh yes. I'm just in the shipbuilding mood right now. Let me try centralizing it like that. That gives it more room all around, and I'm hoping that'll be good enough. Because if not, then I'll have to put it somewhere on the outside and hide it, and I really don't want to do that. Come on, Liru needs a new pair of please freaking work. Stop having physics issues. That's a good sign. It turned. Come on, go forward. Go forward, baby. Come on.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Come on, you bitch. Yeah, see, if I delete it, then it immediately goes. All right. Angry wog noises. Let's see. The next logical place I could put it is like a central position right here, slightly floating. Let's see if that does it. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. The thing is, you can't have turrets sink too far into the ground because then underground is water, which is weird. But then units start taking engine damage, and then the units bail out of the vehicles, and it just gets really, really weird. Come on, Liru needs a new pair of shiitake. Alright, come on. I'm gonna put a vanilla drone next to it just to compare, so when the vanilla drone starts moving, the other one should be following suit. Any second now. And if that one doesn't move, then that's a really bad sign, because that means this thing's hitbox is really freaking grandiose. Oh, Neptune. Neptune. Okay, we might be SOL here. So at what point do you start going on your own? Yeah, oh my god. Why does it have such a big hitbox? I have an idea. It's gonna make it a little jankier, but it could work. But it's gonna be jank. We're gonna get the hull back. And then we're going to get... Where is it? It's gonna be jank. It's going to be mega jank. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. It's orc, so it's supposed to be jank, you know? It's how it's supposed to be done. But I need it to at least behave properly. That's all I need. Can I ask, on Friday Night Fights, are you guys ever going to replace the BMP? Gary, we don't know as commentators what assets are going to be used every round. And we don't know what's going to be rescripted or not. Generally, Friday Night Fights avoids utilizing autocannons or GMGs. If you want to see actual BMPs in action, I recommend you stick to OFCRA on Thursdays. Oh my gosh, it tipped over. That's funny. But otherwise, yeah, that's the only thing I know. Fly. Go, go, butterfly, butterfly, fly, go, go. Please just work properly. SOL sucking on logs? Yeah. At this rate. No, she's still... having that issue of just infinitely flying upward. So I need a front piece at this point. Under the prop is, it just, I prefer not to do it that way. I only do it if it's like a player thing. So what I could do, something like this. But even then it wouldn't do the rotation I want, but we can try, let's try something like that. Let's try that. Oh, it's gonna be so silly. Let's go for it. All it costs is stacking 2 Titan heads together. I love it. Reaper, good morning. Hold on. I could make a giant walk-in church. Jeez Louise. Nothing much. Yeah, Gary, I mean, I could make a mission for it. I tried one time, and I'm not gonna do it again. And I don't really want to get into the story of what happened, but TLDR it was, they told me that something wouldn't work, and then literally the following week, they made a mission file based off of what I made. And I just was, I was done at that point, so I'm not gonna make any missions for them. Because of that, I'm like, alright, whatever. Say la vie. So yeah, no, we don't have any control. Now, I think this is gonna clip with those 2 things, but I can always pray to, Mork. Or Gork. Hell, I'll pray to both of them. Go, go, butterfly, butterfly, fly, go, go. Now, I gotta wonder, is it you causing that? Yes, it's still the freaking church's hitbox. So that's doable, which is cool because I wanted to use those for a fighter-based texture anyway, but... I can't have a big base texture. Because it just doesn't want to work. At all. And it sucks. Theoretically, I could utilize one of these as an absolute backup, but how... What if I stack 2 of you? This is going to look silly, but if I did something like this, and we just absolutely distance this as much as we could. Like, that is the most I'm going to be able to do, in all honesty. No, it's... It doesn't matter about the simulation of the structure. It's still a hitbox that they're going to try to fly to avoid, but they're endlessly flying because it's permanently attached to them. So... we could just make a flying bridge. I could just make a flying freaking bridge at this point. God, there are quite a few different ship things I could do. I just want to make one super murder thing out of this, but we'll see what happens. We can't rotate them sideways because it doesn't... When we spawn them in on custom composition side, it doesn't keep that, the 3D rotation, which is to turn this thing sideways. Otherwise, I'd be using this as a base texture at this point. Okay. Moment of truth. Puppy. Come on. Come on, give me something. I hate you so much. This is just an unusable texture for anything, because as soon as I delete it, he flies forward. That's painful. That is honestly painful. So I don't have anything I can really utilize to build a super big ship. Other than something that's just like super duper jank. Ah, that's infuriating. Honestly infuriating. So it just means we aren't going to be able to make a big ship, which, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just make some of the mini ships I wanted to make anyhow. All right, speaking of, let's get to work on that. So let's hope that clipping isn't too much. And then with this, there's a lot we can work with on these two top turrets. I was thinking we could do like 2 flying cannons and call it a day. But there's so much we can do if we want to. You know what I mean? It's fine, Devour. Don't worry about it. Anything that requires me to download a new mod would be off the table, unfortunately. Because at that point, I could tinker with it as well the same way. It's 3 o'clock. All right, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm going to save this for a different time and just be annoyed about the ship stuff. Like that just pisses me off more than anything. I guess we could try with that, but it's just not enough space to put turrets down. The only other thing I can think of is utilizing one of these. And just have it be a very thicky boy ship. We can also use these bridge textures, too. They are archways. So you could literally put this down and this down. And then just load it with a lot of stuff, too. And you could just make, like, a giant floating murder platform as well. That would be on the table. At that point, you know? So, yeah, a lot of potential here, but we're going to wrap it up here. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and I will see you tomorrow for another SCP operation.